friends! Tonight we're going to read the story Joseph Sent to Egypt.
Jacob and his family were home in Canaan, the land God promised to Abraham and his family. Jacob had 12 sons, but his favorite son was Joseph. Jacob gave Joseph a colorful robe. The other brothers hated Joseph. One day, Joseph shared with his brothers a dream he had. He dreamed that he and his brothers were putting together bundles of grain. Suddenly, Joseph's grain stood up and the others bowed down to his. Then Joseph had another dream. In this dream, Joseph saw the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowing down to him. This dream meant that all of Joseph's family would one day bow down to Joseph. Sometime later, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were tending to the sheep. When the brothers saw Joseph coming, they decided to kill him. Reuben, Joseph's oldest brother, convinced the others to throw him into a pit instead. The brothers threw Joseph into the pit. Then they saw a caravan of people heading to Egypt. The brothers sold Joseph to them as a servant. The brothers dipped Joseph's robe in goat's blood and showed it to Jacob. Jacob thought an animal had killed Joseph, and he was very sad. Meanwhile, the travelers sold Joseph to an Egyptian officer named Potiphar. The Lord was with Joseph and made him successful at everything he did. Potiphar realized this and put him in charge as his personal assistant. Potiphar's wife tried to get Joseph to sin against God and Potiphar, but Joseph refused. This made her angry, and she accused Joseph of doing something he didn't do. Potiphar believed his wife, and Joseph went to jail. God was with Joseph and blessed him. The jail warden put Joseph in charge of the other prisoners, and God made Joseph successful. 2 of the prisoners Joseph cared for were Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. Both of them told Joseph about dreams they had, and Joseph told them what the dreams meant. Joseph said that one day the cupbearer would serve Pharaoh again, but the baker would not, because in 3 days the baker would die. Joseph asked the cupbearer to remember him and to tell Pharaoh that he did not deserve to be in jail. The cupbearer did serve Pharaoh again, but he forgot about Joseph for 2 years. At that time, Pharaoh had 2 dreams. Pharaoh saw 7 fat cows eaten by 7 skinny cows, and 7 fat heads of grain eaten by 7 thin heads. No one knew what these dreams meant. That's when the cupbearer remembered Joseph. God told Joseph what Pharaoh's dreams meant, and Joseph explained the dreams to Pharaoh. The dreams represent 7 years of lots of food, followed by 7 years with no food. You should pick someone to save food during the good years to use during the bad years. Pharaoh realized that God was with Joseph, so he made Joseph second in command over all of Egypt. No one was more important than Joseph, except for Pharaoh himself. Joseph stored away food during the good years, and during the famine, people came to him to buy grain.
God sent Joseph to Egypt and blessed him so that he rose to a position of great power. God used Joseph to help Joseph's family and many others. Jesus gave up his position of great power to be the Savior of the world. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed our story tonight. Good night.